Hey everyone, before you watch this video make sure you've seen part 1. The link will be in the description. I hope you had a wonderful new year and that you enjoy part 2. P.S. Please stay for my note at the end if you usually don't. Thanks. It's the day after Christmas and also the day after Bakugo and Deku confessed to one another. They had been inseparable since that moment and were currently cuddled together on Deku's bed watching a new series they had started. Cha, they better end up together by the end of this shit. They're so in love it hurts. Oh totally, whenever there's two guy main characters in anime they're always so cute together, but it never ends up going that way. They do it on purpose, I swear. That's bullshit. Look at the way they look at each other, and they support each other so much. It's normal that the red-haired one got jealous and upset but then he got over it cause he was so worried, like come on, that's the cheesiest romance plot ever. Why it's so nice watching these with you. You feel just how I do. We can be mad together when it finishes and they don't kiss, right? Totally, but then we can just kiss instead. As long as I got the guy in real life then I can bear watching this. It's cute anyway. You're cheesy. He rolled his eyes but still pulled Deku's chin up to kiss him softly, their warm lips brushing together and making Bakugo's stomach twist. The episode was still playing in the background. It was only meant to be a short kiss, but once they started they got carried away. Deku turned against the blonde boy and tangled his fingers through his hair, tilting their heads to kiss him deeper as Bakugo's hands ran up the back of his shirt. But just as Bakugo pulled back to latch his lips to Deku's neck, there was a knock at the door. Fuck my life. Deku scrambled off him and paused the TV, standing up and brushing down his pants before wiping his mouth and opening the door just a crack. Oh, Todoroki-kun, what's up? Is Bakugo in here too? Deku blushed a little before huffing and opening the door properly, going to sit back on the bed shyly. What do you want, icy hot? Sorry for interrupting. The others told me to let you know that the school is planning a New Year's celebration with fireworks and stuff. Another party? The whole school? Well, you know, pretty much the whole city is locked up in here. It makes sense they'd want to celebrate when they can to lift everyone's spirits. Planning for the fight is still going on in the background but there's not much else we can do right now anyway. He has a point. Fireworks will be nice to watch, right? I suppose you're right, as long as those fireworks aren't some sort of open invitation for villains to attack while we're distracted. This place is impossible to get into, come on, it'll be fun. Yup, I agree. You can leave now so we can continue where we left off. Ka-chan? Give Midoriya an extra kiss from me then, alright? Go kiss Tape Arms, why the fuck would you? Todoroki had already left and closed the door behind him, making Bakugo launch a pillow at it with a yell. Deku reached up to cup his cheek and press a kiss to his lips with a giggle. He was just kidding, Ka-chan, and I thought I was the jealous one. Cha, that half-and-half bastard just has to stick his nose right between us, huh? I think it's nice that he's closer and more comfortable with everyone now. That kiss was for me and not him, right? Deku rolled his eyes and tapped his chest, kissing him again, making Bakugo hold his hips and reciprocate with a smile. The next few days were like the same day on repeat, and Bakugo was beginning to lose his mind. He was finally dating Deku, but they hadn't even been on a single real date. So one morning he finally lost it, and woke Deku up with frantic banging on his door. After a few moments the door opened to reveal the sleepy freckled boy wrapped in his blanket, frowning up at Bakugo in concern. What's wrong, Ka-chan, why are you, huh? His words were caught in his throat as the blonde boy rushed inside and clumsily shoved the door closed behind him, before practically scooping Deku into his arms and kissing him passionately. The shorter boy gripped onto him for dear life as his knees buckled and Bakugo hotly explored his mouth, gripping his waist and hair simultaneously and making Deku's mind spin. He eventually pulled back and began nibbling on Deku's neck, giving the shocked boy a chance to catch his breath and actually figure out what just happened. What's all this for, Ka-chan? It's not fair. He mumbled into Deku's smooth skin, only making him frown in even more confusion before holding Bakugo's face and leaning back to look into his eyes. What? What's up with you? Sigh, I hate being stuck here now that we're together. I want to take you on dates and spoil you. I have all these ideas of fun stuff we could do, but no, we're stuck here until the shitty villains are dealt with. I know it's not great, Ka-chan, but it's necessary. It's not like we can do anything else. But we can, and we should. I can't wait any longer, we have to sneak out today. Deku's eyes blew wide and he pushed Bakugo's chest slightly, to get out of his arms and look at him seriously, sternly. Don't say that, Ka-chan, you're acting crazy? That's way too reckless even for you. I've thought it through. Look, there's no way the league would ever expect it. Their biggest target leaving the safety again after we only just got you back? We could easily go somewhere nearby and lay low, do some fun stuff while we have pretty much the whole city to ourselves, and then just sneak back before anyone even notices we're gone. But just cause the league wouldn't expect it, what about all the other villains that are just running rampant since being broken out of prison? You're seriously saying you don't think we could take those on? Ka-chan, it's just not a smart idea. I'm not trying to be smart. I'm desperate. I want to go on a real date with you, before we potentially. Bakugo trailed off, and Deku noticed how his hands were shaking. His eyes were full of fear. Oh Ka-chan, that's why you want this so badly? We have no idea what will happen in the next fight. You almost died last time, and then I almost died saving you. But we were fine. We're both fine, safe, and happy, and together. Deku stepped closer and held one of Bakugo's hands, using his other to brush his cheek softly. Please do this with me, just trust me, it'll be so much fun and perfect. Deku's mind was whirling, all the dangers and what-ifs racing through his thoughts, but looking at the boy he loved and seeing how badly he wanted this, nothing else was more important than that. Alright Ka-chan, we're unbeatable when we're together anyway, right? Not even All Might could stop us. Bakugo's eyes lit up instantly, and he squeezed Deku's hand in excitement, not taking a single moment to hesitate as he pulled him toward the door. Ka-chan, hang on a minute, I'm not even dressed. Oh, that's not dressed. I slept in this? Just, give me a second, oh my god. Bakugo huffed but sat onto Deku's bed as he rummaged through his drawers for an outfit, before turning to his boyfriend with a frown. Close your eyes. Huh, why? I don't want you to watch me change. Seriously? Yes? Ka-chan, if you want me to go out with you, you'll close your eyes. Fine? Yeesh. Bakugo put his hands over his eyes and Deku stared at him for a moment to make sure, before changing rapidly, all while keeping an eye on the blonde boy to ensure he wasn't peeking. Are you done yet? Yes, done. You didn't peek? Did you want me to? No? I just thought you would. Wow, you think that little of me? I do respect what you ask of me, you know. Deku grinned brightly and stepped forward to hold Bakugo's hands, pulling him up from the bed and connecting their lips sweetly. Thank you Ka-chan. Yeah, whatever. Come on, it's still early. If we leave before anyone sees us, they'll just think we're sleeping late. He peered down the hall as they left Deku's dorm, before hearing voices and immediately scurrying into that same infamous supply closet. Are you sure you don't want to go to your dorm instead? Yes, my room is a bit of a mess at the moment. I was so busy preparing for Christmas I haven't tidied in a while, plus you and all your manliness wouldn't fit in with all my pink. Hey, that's not true, I like your pinkness. Babe, but we're not going to my room. Alright, I'll just move my workout stuff, I guess. Ew, cringe. Shush, they're cute Ka-chan, we're just like that too, you know. Nah, we aren't all cheesy like that. We totally are. Oh yeah, why were you and Todoroki-kun in here that one time? Oh, he caught me coming out of your dorm after leaving the first note. Pfft, see, you wrote me little love notes and you're calling those guys cheesy? Alright, I see your point. I think the coast is clear, should we head out, babe? Don't call me that. I prefer Ka-chan. Before Deku could respond, Bakugo was pulling him through the door and downstairs toward the exit, blocking out the sound of the freckled boy giggling behind him. Ka-chan, we can't go too far, it's a miracle we even snuck off campus. It's fine, look, we're here now. The mall? Well, it's completely empty, we can do whatever we want. We are not stealing Ka-chan. I never said that. There's fun stuff we can do here, I swear. Come on. Deku seemed skeptical, but Bakugo kept hold of his hand, leading him to the entrance, which had already been vandalized enough that it was wide open. Villains have obviously come through here already, we have to be careful. Stop thinking about that, we can worry about it if we have to, but right now, it's just you and me, in this massive empty mall all to ourselves. Alright, I'll try to stop worrying. What did you want to do first? Bakugo grinned and brought Deku's hand up to his lips, pressing a kiss before giddily pulling him into the nearest clothing store. Hey, I said we're not stealing? And I agreed, but that doesn't mean we can't try some stuff on. Deku rolled his eyes with a smile as Bakugo scanned through the clothing hangers, pulling a couple things out and holding them against his boyfriend with a quizzical frown. Are you just getting stuff for me? You should try things on too. He huffed and went to look in a different section for some clothes. Hey, I need you here to see if these work. I'll try them on in a minute. While you try these on. They brought their arms full of clothing toward the changing rooms, before Bakugo paused and grinned deviously. This whole store is technically a changing room. What? There's nobody here. Why would we have to go into a separate room to change? You're a pervert. I'm your boyfriend. Are you not comfortable seeing me change? It's not like I'm getting naked. I mean, no, it's not that. Well, I'm going to change right here. Give me that shirt. It looks cool. Deku blushed but handed it over, watching shyly as his boyfriend took his own shirt off to change into the new one. He got caught in a trance as his eyes scanned down Bakugo's muscular torso, his abs prominent and arms flexing as he tugged the material over his head. So I'm not allowed to look at you, but you'll happily look at me? Sorry? I wasn't thinking straight. Well, I should hope not when you're looking at your shirtless boyfriend. I know I'm thinking pretty gay right now too. Deku glared at Bakugo with a hint of shame at such a bad joke, before being unable to hold back his laughter. You're so stupid. Hey, I thought you liked dumb puns? Yeah, you got me. And that shirt does really suit you, you know, Ka-chan. If you weren't such a stickler for the rules, I would wear this home. Well, I'm sure with everything else that's been taken, and all the vandalism, they'd probably have to get entire new shipments in anyway, and a lot of this stuff will probably end up in a landfill, so spit it out, nerd. You should keep it. I don't even think it counts as stealing. There's nothing wrong with taking a shirt that was probably going to end up trashed anyway. Hehe, you should pick something for yourself as well then. Here, you don't have to change, put this on. He held a jacket up and Deku turned, letting Bakugo slide it onto his arms and over his shoulders. It fits well, and I love it. What do you think? It is really nice, though a jacket is probably more expensive than just a shirt. Oh come on, you just said it's all gonna get thrown out anyway. Well, maybe not. Just take it, Izuku, it suits you perfectly. He stepped forward and kissed Deku's cheek, making the boy sigh but smile and lean into him. You're a bad influence, Ka-chan. Good, you need to loosen up a little. Hey, now that we're freshly dressed for our date, how about we get some photos for the memories? Photos? How? Bakugo led him out the store, to the middle of the mall where there were a few photo booths all beside each other. I brought some cash for things like this, so come on. Photo evidence of us stealing. Oh my god, you're so stubborn with this goody two-shoes stuff. Get in the booth. They stepped in together and pulled the curtain closed, Bakugo inserting the coins and making the booth start up. Wait, I forgot these things take like 4 photos, aren't we supposed to pose? Just go with the flow, these are memories, you don't meticulously plan out your memories. He put an arm over Deku's shoulder and pinched his cheek, pulling his face into a smile as the booth counted down for their first photo. Deku tried his best to pose on the spot, but after seeing himself on the screen as the picture was taken, he couldn't help but laugh. Wow, I really do need to relax a little, huh? Yes? Come on, you choose what we do for this one. Peace sign? Cha, so original. The timer started counting down again and they posed together, Deku smiling more naturally this time and loving how cute they looked as the photo snapped. That one was great. What now, Ka-chan? Bakugo thought for a moment and then the timer appeared, making Deku panic as they still had no idea what to do. Ka-chan, I told you we should have planned. What do we do? He was cut off as the blonde boy draped his arms over his shoulders and leant in close, playfully nibbling on Deku's lip as the freckled boy froze in shock. Until the photo snapped, and instead of pulling back, they melted against one another as Bakugo's hand tangled into Deku's raven hair, tilting their heads to fit their mouths together perfectly. Deku gripped his shirt as their tongues lapped together and his eyes rolled, still not used to how incredible of a kisser Bakugo is. The last photo snapped beside them, but neither made a move to pull back. Instead, Bakugo only pulled Deku closer, turning and lifting the boy onto his lap as they kissed deeper. His hand gripped Deku's thigh as the other went up the back of his shirt, finally pulling back from the kiss only to latch his mouth to Deku's neck, nibbling and sucking his soft skin. Ka-chan. I love you. His voice was muffled, but Deku's heart still jumped in his chest. He would never get used to hearing that either. I love you too, Ka-chan. Bakugo finished his wonderful creation on Deku's neck and buried his face against him, holding him close for a warm hug. This is nice, but... No, don't say but. Bakugo squeezed him tighter and Deku laughed, running a hand through his hair and tilting his head up to kiss his forehead. Ka-chan, We can cuddle and kiss any day in the dorms. We should make the most of our limited time outside. Sigh, you're right. That was a real great kiss though, right? Obviously, you're always incredible, Ka-chan. Stop making me wanna go again. We need to leave this booth. Heh, I wonder how the photos came out? Deku climbed off his lap and pushed open the curtain, collecting their photo strips and blushing. He handed one to Bakugo and the blonde boy whistled with a smirk, nudging Deku playfully. We're hot. I'm keeping one of these on my person at all times. I might do that also. Bakugo laughed and reached down to hold Deku's hand, putting their photos away and walking through the mall, looking for what to do next. Isn't there an arcade in this mall? Oh, yeah, I think you're right. Isn't it just round there? Yes? You're a genius. Oh, the change machines have been broken into. The villains really took all the money that was exchanged for coins? That's awful. Hey, I'm sure these arcade businesses make a shit ton of money all the time. Don't worry about it. I would say they've just given us easy access to the change so we can play, but it's not like you'll let me use it. Deku watched as Bakugo scanned across all the arcade machines, before looking down to the piles of change scattered across the ground. He had his usual internal moral dilemma, before sighing and grabbing an empty pot to begin scooping up the coins. Wait, for real? Yeah, we should just have fun while we can. Wow, I really am a bad influence, huh? They played a bunch of arcade games together, enjoying the versus games the most but even taking it in turns on the solo games. Deku even got on the leaderboard in Pac-Man, and Bakugo completely whooped his ass in Street Fighter. They were having a great time, but it was eventually cut short by the sound of distant glass smashing and people yelling. Oh shit. Ka-chan, we should hide, in case there's a lot of them. Bakugo agreed and they ducked behind a machine in the arcade, listening to the destruction occurring closer and closer to the arcade. As soon as the group of villains came into view, the two heroes realized they were just a few bumbling idiots who were vandalizing things for no reason. Why are they doing that? 'Cause they're assholes. Villains normally at least have a reason for the things they do. These guys are just having fun ruining everything. Hey, keep your voice down if you don't. Wait, Izuku. Bakugo grasped Deku's wrist but the boy was too mad to stop, marching out the arcade toward the boisterous group. Whoa, what are you kids doing here? Why are you destroying all this stuff? What's the purpose? Why not? What are you gonna do about it, you little dweeb? Hey, don't talk to him like that, fuckface. As a hero student in training, I'm going to kick you out of this public mall before you do even more unnecessary damage. That's what? A little shorty and his boyfriend want to beat us up. He might be short but he's All Might's prodigy. You don't know who he is? All Might? No way, he's bluffing. It doesn't matter if you believe me. If you refuse to leave, we'll have to show you the way out. Deku took a stance as one for all coursed through him, making the villains pause and step back a little in uncertainty. Damn, you're so hot. Are you guys just going to stand there while this nobody threatens you? He looks pretty intimidating to me all of a sudden. Ha, you mess with him, you mess with me as well. Bakugo let off some casual explosions in his hands and the woman jumped back in shock. We can take you both down. One hilariously unmatched and easy beatdown later. Run home to your mommies. You're lucky we can't arrest you since we snuck out. The two boys called after the trio of villains who were quickly fleeing the area, until they flopped onto the grass in tired laughter. The villains weren't anything crazy, but they still put up a fight, until the boys had completely driven them out the mall and Bakugo had done more damage than he intended. Ouch, hey, you have a little cut here. Are you okay? He brushed his thumb over Deku's eyebrow as the boy lied across his lap, looking up at him with an amused grin. Of course I'm okay, that was more fun than it should have been. Sigh, doing anything with you is fun, though I'm glad those idiots weren't anything serious. If they were, we would have stayed hidden. I'm not that reckless, Ka-chan. You are though. It scares me. He sighed with a pout, picking at the grass until Deku reached up to cup his cheek, sitting up properly and kissing him. Bakugo didn't even realize he was so tense until he relaxed against his boyfriend, kissing him back and feeling his heart swell in his chest. I love you so much. I love you too. Are you alright, Ka-chan? Yeah, I'm just worried. Me too. I'm kinda terrified to fight Shigaraki again, and all for one, but only because I'm so scared to lose you. Cha, come on Izuku, there's no way I'm dying before I beat you to becoming the #1 hero. Deku laughed and nudged his shoulder, playfully rolling his eyes before lying back across his lap. Yeah, I believe you, we'll be fine. They stayed there for a little longer, enjoying the sun even though it was the middle of winter and they could see their own breaths. I hate to say it but, we really should head back. Sigh, yeah, we've been out longer than we probably should have been anyway. If people have noticed we're gone, what do we say when we get back? We were in the closet? Pfft, that's a better excuse than nothing I guess. Alright, come on. They managed to sneak back in the same way they left. However, the moment they pushed open the dorm building's front doors, they were met with chaos. I was just talking to Deku-kun last night. He wouldn't have run off again like before, so they must have gone together. They're back? Huh? Well shit. Where the hell have you two been? In the closet? Isuku, I love you, but they just watched us walk through the door. Right. Deku has a cut on his face. Did you seriously leave UA entirely? The boys stayed quiet and avoided eye contact with their classmates, especially their teacher, whose usually calm and unbothered expression had become one of concern and anger. What could have possibly made you think that leaving at a time like this was acceptable? Sorry, sensei. You can't even give me a reason? Well, not that this equates to the trouble you've caused, but you two are in charge of cleaning the dorms after the New Year celebration. All the mess will be your responsibility. Okay. Kirishima, you're in charge of keeping an eye on Bakugo, and Todoroki you're with Midoriya. What? But sensei, I have plans with Mina. Siro finally asked me on a movie date in his dorm tonight. When did everyone get into couples like this? Why are teenagers so difficult? I promise we won't do it again, sensei. There is no excuse. I just really wanted to have at least one real date with Isuku before. Who knows what will happen next week? Aizawa's expression softened immediately, seeming to remember the immense pressure all these young students were currently under, and how none of it was fair on them at all. Sigh, I get it. I'm sorry for yelling. What you did makes sense, but that doesn't make it okay. Either way, I know you're all scared, but you're the strongest bunch of kids I've ever met. We'll be fine, as long as no more of you sneak off without supervision. Of course, sensei. We'll all keep a closer eye on each other from now on. Good, now relax until the new year. Aizawa sighed and left the dorms, letting the two boys in trouble take a breath of relief. You guys are insane. Shut up, dunce face. We just wanted to spend some time together. Sorry, it was selfish of us to not really consider how you would all feel. I understand wanting to leave. It's okay, none of us are mad. Speak for yourself. Hey, come on, sensei already told them off. You could have invited some of us to join you? Oh, that would have defeated the whole purpose of it being our first date. It could have been a double date. What about the rest of us who haven't been on a real date since getting together? Our dates are real no matter where they are, alright? Exactly. Mina and I have had our own dates in the dorms too. It's fine they didn't invite us along. I feel so guilty. Stop that. I pretty much forced you to do it. It's all on me, okay, not you at all. No matter whose fault any of this was, we're only stuck this way because of All for One, so how about we all do what sensei said and take the time we can to relax and enjoy the new year? We're all safe right now, let's make the most of it. Well said, Ochako-chan. Ahem, now that all the drama is out the way, what did you guys even do? I'm curious too. Where did you go? Why does it matter? How does it all look out there? We went to the local mall. It was pretty bad. Everything's a wreck from all the villains. Yeesh, wait, did you get into a fight? Is that why your face is cut? He's fine. We beat the other guys to shreds though. Hey, we didn't do anything that drastic. We just scared them out the mall. I would say that's reckless, but show those villains who they're messing with. It was honestly exhilarating, but you know, ahem, bad, and we won't do it again. Not without inviting me anyway. Sure, Ka-chan, should we finish our date in my dorm? I thought you'd never ask. Wow, that's how it is, huh? We spend all day worrying about you and you're gonna head off like that? Yup. Bye. A couple nights later, it was New Year's Eve. The class had bundled up with their warmest jackets, bringing blankets and pillows up to the dorm roof to prepare for the fireworks. Todoroki was in charge of keeping the fire going to keep them warmer, and to help roast the marshmallows, of course, as everyone crowded round and chatted together. So much happened this year. It's so weird that most of us didn't know each other last year, and now we're like a big family. Family? That's a bit much, don't you think? Like, do any of you even know the basic information about me? You're not, you dumbass, obviously you know. Oh, ahem. Your favorite foods are spicy, your favorite color is green, your bedtime is 8:30, you hate being touched, you hate loud noises that aren't your own voice. Alright, I get it, shut up, stalker. We're totally like a family, BAKU bro. We're all there to cheer each other on and help us become better heroes. We'll do it all together, right? You're so cute. There's too many couples now though. How can we be a family with so much mushy romance? Romance is nice, you just wouldn't get it 'cause all you care about is boobs. That's not true. There's butts too. Come on dude, really? And that's why he'll die alone. Ka-chan? Don't be mean. It's alright Kaminari, they just don't get it. Next year we'll get so many girls they won't even. Why don't you focus on something other than girls for a change? I guess I could go for guys too. Dude, that's clearly not what she meant. Suddenly the door to the roof burst open and everyone jumped in shock. I am here. Cough wheeze cough. All Might. Good evening students. In honor of the new year in this stressful time, we thought it would be a lovely surprise to let you spend the night with your parents. What? You brought our parents here? Well, they were all just going to watch from the main building, so we figured why not? They're just heading up with Aizawa now. Oh, Ka-chan, I hadn't even thought about explaining this to my mom or your parents. Me either, but it'll be nice, right? You think so? They won't think it's really shocking and weird? I mean, my dad supports everything I do, and my mom loves you more than she loves me, so. That's not true. Mitsuki-san loves you more than anything? Yeah, I know, deep down, but trust me, she always wanted me to treat you better. She'll be happy. I can understand why Inko might hate me though. Why would I ever hate you, Katsuki? Mom? One by one the students' parents made their way onto the roof, hugging their kids and introducing themselves to the other students. Ah, you caught that at bad timing. You're way too nice to hate someone, Inko-san. Of course she is. She still lets her son be around you after all you've done, my problem child. Mitsuki rushed over to ruffle her son's hair before tugging him into a hug, which he reluctantly accepted. Hi mom, hi dad. It's great we were invited up here, right? Super nice. You're looking so much better, Izuko. I'm so proud of you and I love you so much, you know that, right? Of course mom, you say it every time you see me. Because I have to. It doesn't stop you from going off and doing reckless things though, I'm afraid I happen to be a bad influence, even though I've been constantly worrying about him too. I was only kidding when I said that, Ka-chan. You're the best influence, you only ever make me want to be the best version of myself. Oh, you two are getting along really well. Don't point it out, dear. You know how Katsuki gets when you point things out. Bakugo sighed and looked to the floor, feeling embarrassed but convincing himself to not make some sort of snappy rebuttal. Instead, he stepped closer to his boyfriend and held his hand, making Deku blush and look around shyly. Since we all brought Izuku back, I realized how important he is, to the world, and to me, so Ka-chan took care of me, and made me feel better super fast. We had a really amazing Christmas, and, we're dating. They were both nervously squeezing the other's hand as they awaited their parents' responses, and looking into their eyes they saw nothing but love and joy. I'm so proud of you, Katsuki. Congratulations to you both. Izuku sweetie, I'm trying really hard not to cry right now. I'm so happy for you. Thank you all, for supporting us. Told you they would. Hey, I believed it. I was just nervous. Yeah, me too, but thanks for not being weird about it. The moms pulled their sons into hugs again, making them awkwardly hug back through all the dramatics, but despite feeling shy, they were both so warm inside having their parents wholeheartedly accept their relationship. Oh, the countdown is about to start. Mind your ears, Mike is in charge. There were murmurs across the roof as everyone gathered to look out toward where the fireworks would start. Hey, you two, we'll go over there to not embarrass you for your New Year's kiss. New Year's kiss? Of course. All couples share a kiss when the countdown hits 0 right as the new year begins. You must. The boys blushed and blinked in shock as their parents moved to the other end of the roof, leaving them to the sound of their heartbeats, holding hands in the brisk night breeze. Did you know about that? No, I've never heard of it. Do you think it's real or they just made it up? I'm not sure, but it would be kinda nice, wouldn't it? Sure? I mean, ending this year and starting the new one, kissing, that is pretty cheesy, but cute. Hello UA High School and city residents? Let's get ready for the new year. Yeesh, he really is loud. 10, 9, oh, it's happening. The two boys turned to one another and smiled softly, stepping closer as the countdown continued behind them. Their cheeks and noses were rosy in the cold, and they could see their warm breaths between them as they grew closer. 3, 2, 1, Happy New Year! They closed their eyes and connected their lips, hearing everyone cheer around them as the fireworks boomed. When they pulled apart, they grinned giddily at one another, Bakugo leaning into PicCollege's cheek and murmur into his ear, Happy New Year, love. Deku cuddled into him as they both turned to watch the firework display, starting off the new year together, and happy. The end. First off, Happy New Year for real to all of you as well. I hope you had a fun end to 2023 and are excited for what 2024 will bring. With that out of the way, I'm sorry to say that I think I'm in need of a break. I've been struggling so much the last few videos to actually write it all. Editing is the same boring stuff over and over, but writing, I have to write the entire thing myself every video, and after doing so many non-stop my brain is starting to fry. I'm hoping it'll only be a week's break, meaning the next video won't come out till 3 weeks from now, since my videos are usually 2 weeks apart, and I really want to stick to that, but it all depends on if I can get my brain working again. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I love you so much and thanks for being patient with me, those of you who don't spam me as though I'm a machine. But Happy New Year, hope we all have a great 2024. Bye.